Morning. Today we are going to be going over pre-starting an LV, but a few formalities to get out of the way. We have a first aid kit here, muster points out here around the building up front. We go out that way and down the stairs. Tea and coffee making facilities just in here. Toilets are through there and to your right. Right, I will get you, put this on, chuck one on as well. I should have brought these up. That's right, before that afterwards. Turn this around. Right. So, welcome to pre-starting an LV. Normally first things first, we didn't take 5. Yep. We've been through that, now we'll take 5. We will isolate the vehicle. We'll isolate the vehicle normally just by taking the keys out.
Yep.
Make sure it's in park, make sure it's in gear so it can't go anywhere. In this case it's wheel chock as well, so we're pretty good.
Yep.
But I will normally start, once we've done that, open the bonnet, check your oil, coolant, your brakes. If it's manual, there'll also be usually the brake and the clutch reservoir is the same in a lot of the newer vehicles. Sometimes it's separate. Power steering reservoir somewhere usually as well. Check all your belts, check your radiator hoses, check if any leaks or anything like that.
Yep. And if I'm checking my belts, what am I checking for?
Make sure they're not frayed, make sure they're all on the pulleys and everything like that. Make sure they're tight.
Yep.
Maybe you give it a graphite stick if they start squealing.
Any tips?
Wear your gloves. Make sure you're wearing gloves. Don't ever open a hot radiator cap. I've seen that done before.
We always experience that the same.
Today's day and age, the book tells you your owner's manual because you've got to put the battery acid. Back in the day, it used to tell you how to change the ports. That's how bad it's getting. I check for any, just any general leaks or leaks or anything like that, any wet spots. Once I've done that, I'll come around the front, check everything, I start check lights, and look underneath for any leaks or anything like that. Then I'll just come around this, check the tyres, and check the trees as well. I'm sure you get chunks of trees, especially on mine, so chunks. Check your sidewalls, check your yellow indicator, so telling you if they're starting to come loose, because they'll start catching the rain.
Yep. So I looked at the tree on the sides, and then do you need to use the gauges?
We just usually go off the landmarks, as in the landmarks on all this stuff. We just run off that. Checking the body for damage, checking windows, window wipers. Look under here for big damage and stuff like that as well. You've got people that like to drive over big rocks. Take this side, checking it, checking damage, checking wear. general body for wear and tear and damages. Lights. Same around this side again. Checking the body underneath. Checking the suspension. Tyres again. Suspension. And once you've done a full walk around, you've checked all your fluids and everything like that, I normally put the cam, put the accessories on, then you can start checking your indicators. So put on, put that indicator. If you've got someone with you, it's easier because you can just say, hey, can you stand at the back? Otherwise, I've got to walk around. I'll leave the accessory on, and I'll hop in, I'll put my foot on and I'll put it in reverse and listen for the reverse alarm. If there's no reverse alarm, we just call up workshop and say. I'll check the two-way. Air filters. We don't really touch any of that kind of stuff. That's a workshop's job on most sites.
This is mainly just
Maybe just check the fluids, check the damage, check the wear, make sure everything's in good working order before you go out on the site. This one doesn't have it, but all site vehicles are supposed to have the orange flashing light on the top as well, and a flag. And then normally you start it up, and you don't do it in the car park. do a brake test, like pull out somewhere so that you're not facing where people are going to be walking. Put your foot on the brake, give it some revs, pull up the handbrake, give it some revs. Find a slope, put it apart. If it's a manual, turn it off, put it in reverse, facing down the hill, pull up the handbrake and see if it rolls anywhere.
You mentioned about the brake test. So, considering it's a work vehicle, say you hear like noises and you, with your say rear base and suspicion that maybe the dispatch or whatever. Where's the line get drawn in your assessment?
My assessment would be if it's making a noise, call workshop.
Okay.
If you're unsure,
with work vehicles, things will make noises like that as well.
But I believe some noise. If it's just making the noise without you pushing the brake, it might be just a stone in there or something. But if it's making a real bad noise when you push the brake, I just be like, hey workshop, come check this out. Because the last thing you want is a brake fail. For me, the biggest thing, if you're unsure, call workshop or ask. You don't want to be driving something. And you have every right, if you feel it's unsafe, to put an out of service tag on it until it gets checked. You have every right. No one can take that out of service tag off except for workshop. So that gets them to fix it or to look at it. They have to then by law. So I do it quite often. This isn't good. Just tag it out and I'll come and do it. On our site, we're not allowed to change tyres. If we get a flat tyre somewhere, we're not allowed to change tyres. We call workshop, they're going to come out and do it.
What's the reason for workshop? Just the policy?
It's just policy on site, It's a workshop thing, so workshop will come out and do it. But with our location, if we're driving back to Port Hedland for any sort of like or ad hoc work, we're going to go and pick up parts or something like that. If it happens on the side of the road, we have to do it, and we're going to do a take 5 and everything like that first before we're out there. And that's the other thing. Always check for your jack. That's part of your pre-start. A lot of our cars on site don't have jacks. And they're hire cars, they're Europe hire cars, and most of them don't have jacks on them. So
for my type vehicles, is there additional jacks? Say you did have to do a tyre jack, is there additional jacks to the standard ones that just come with the vehicle?
Sometimes workshop will have something. And they'll come out and they'll bring out, we've got battery hydraulic jacks or air jacks, compressor jacks. They'll bring out the service car, plug in the air compressor and they'll jack it with air compressor jacks. But if you're halfway to Port Hedland, it's what you've got in the vehicle basically. I think they don't use trolley jacks for the purpose of the wheels on them, they can roll around. So it's going to be a model jack, it's going to be something that has a solid foundation to it.
And they got policy, say you did have that on the side of the road, they had set policies and procedures in regards to the tyre change?
Just take 5. It's got to be wheel chocked. All the vehicles have got wheel chocks in them.
So if you were over on the side of the road and there was no wheel chocks, would you
find a rock?
Okay.
Yep.
You can improvise.
Can improvise. As long as it's not going to move.
Yep.
Like a good decent sized rock. There's plenty of sized rocks on the side of the road, especially up around the hill and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the big thing is, if you use a rock, make sure you throw it back over off the side of the road. Don't just leave it like right there on the side of the road or something like that, because you get people that drift off the roads. And I've seen it quite often driving up from Pardu out to our site. There's 80 k's of gravel road, and there's just rocks on the side of the road, and people have used that, or with the grader's been in there, and flick the rocks off, and I've nearly hit one a couple of times. Not good. Yeah, so I'll get you to fill out the.
Oh, I can't see most of it without glasses and all that. Pretty much, yeah.
You want to get it?
Yeah, I'll go get it.
And I've got a take 5 book here as well. You can do. What I'll do is I'll get you, it's only 11 minutes, I'll get you to walk me around doing the pre-start, basically. Have you ever done a take 5 before?
Nearly.
Just make up odometer and stuff like that. These old Land Cruisers are some of the best workhorses.
Those are the highlights.
I'd probably pick one of these over the highlights.
Alrighty. Fire extinguishers meet requirements.
Normally, it'll either be on the back here,
Yep.
or it'll be say like one of those little 1 kg ones under the passenger seat.
Let's say it's got it. Steering wheel was anyway, talk about that.
Yep.
Let's just say it. Doors funny. The doors funny. Oh, you like to do something?
So you're not getting out otherwise.
Sitting in seatbelts, I'd like to hope so. So that's pretty much just protecting you like frame.
Yeah, checking the frames.
Self-explanatory warning lights and systems that comes to the car. Emergency shutdown and isolation.
So that's basically some of the levels. You know, every site's got a different policy or procedure. Say for example, you see smoke coming out the engine. It's just instant pull over, stop, have a neutral in this one, pull the handbrake on, and turn it off next to the vehicle.
Okay, so regarding the critical check, how is it? That's better.
So that's risk of isolation.
Yep.
Under here, there's probably a battery isolator,
Yep.
which is part when you start doing the restart,
Yep.
switch it off, and you go put your key in and try. And if if any power comes, all that switches off.
Okay, so you have to use that switch.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So it's all steering function.
The OAS, obstacle avoidance system.
Okay.
Those are basically one thing that you try not to do as well is dry steer. You want to be moving on the test it. It's really bad for the tyres, it's really bad for the steering. It's got no pressure on it, it's just sitting there not moving. And you try and take the steering wheel. So this one have collision avoidance system in it. Say a lot of the big cat machinery has like sensors all around it. So it's going to have some one lights starting on off. My new range is got it. You know, something breaks the front end quickly, all these bloody bells and whistles start going off. So they are quick brakes and crash or something.
Like with some of the working cars with those type of systems are also working or
Yeah, mine breaks, it scares the shit out of me sometimes. You can.
quite scary.
But you know, mine's got like the lane system.
Yeah.
You know, I get out the circle and stay in the same lane.
Yeah.
Scares the crap out of me. And it's got like auto parking, I hit park.
Auto park.
So if I hit the park button and I'm driving along, there's a parking space there. So yep, I'll fit it in and I just put it in reverse and it'll just park the car. Yeah, man.
Whoa.
I can park like the best of them now.
So, two questions. It's got cracks in the lines. Where's the line getting down?
Look, stone chips, not so much worried about.
Yeah.
Anything in line of vision needs to be recorded. If it's over that side, it's not so bad.
How about if there was like a crack through here?
If the mirror's still there, I'd just write it down, crack right hand mirror, but it's still usable. But at least then it's in your pre-start, your workshop gets a pre-start at the end of the day, then you start polling the list of defects and fixing them here.
So smart.
Yeah. This one being manual will have clutch to it. If being automatic, you just put your name because it's clutch to it. So this one would be on site.
Okay. So the lens is not light, so it means you sort of make sure that the lens is clean.
Cracks or anything like that. You'd also, that's when you turn the ignition on.
Yeah.
Not turn the car on, sorry.
Yeah.
You walk around and check make sure all the lights are actually working.
Yeah. Source system. Where's the line get drawn for that?
Just
In your assessment.
in my assessment,
Just how it looks all fine and all that, but
crank it up if it sounds like there's a hole in it somewhere. You can sort of tell if it's got the edit somewhere. It'll make that pop, noisy sound. Yeah, so that'd be like if you're on site, every vehicle's got to have a vehicle number, like T9058 or something like that. They all need to be clean and readable.
yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So say if the car was definitely boxed, but it didn't have that sign on it and all that.
Yeah. Wouldn't be that on my site.
Say it was on the mine site and you got the car and got a sign. You wouldn't drive it?
No, you wouldn't drive it. More like workshops say, hey, this car has its numbers on it.
Yeah.
Because the purpose is if you need to overtake someone or someone needs to overtake you or you're doing something, they need to get positive comment from you.
Yeah.
They can't just be like, oh, hey, white ute, because there's probably 100 white utes on the site. You know? That's what the whole idea of it is, like copy 9058 or if you came to hold them, they shouldn't be there, so just park it up.
Yeah.
Like that's That's unacceptable. That it should be like a bright sort of green,
Yeah.
with a black writing in it, something highly visible. Yep. This one has this one hasn't got the high mount ones, but it's got these ones under here, like your work lights.
So let's just say no. I don't want to say no.
Yeah. Some vehicles will just use some vehicles have what they call IVMS. When we get the vehicle, you've got a little tag or your site card you might have to use. You tag onto the car, then that car's registered to you. They can track it for speeding, they can track it when you stop it. If there's an incident, they can say, well, hey, you're wrong here. So that's
This car
probably I don't know what that is, isn't it? I don't know whether that's IVMS or not, but I just
breakdown triangles. Give us a yes.
yes.
Somewhere, I'm guessing.
And probably in the glove box.
Yeah. Yes. So yes to glass. Man, let's give him a tip.
I think, I don't see, I don't know whether they say look at the rules for the flag or whether it's just sort of shitty.
Yeah. This is the words in this say no.
I think this is a water container on the back.
Yeah, you got a water container, yeah, give it a tip.
Yep.
Tops. Yeah, no light flag pole. Defects, okay, well we know there's one.
Yep.
Sign.
Yep. No, another one might be if one of the indicators isn't working, you write that down. I think this is over where the work area might go there.
So it's just those two alone, that car will go out.
No beacon either. No beacon. Yeah. So this is not a mine spec beacon. And then you just put your name inside.
Completed.
Any questions, bud?
No questions, thank you.
Yeah, cool. Vehicle's good to go on the road only, no mine site.
On the right side. I really wanted to take it on the right side.
So this one's also got a holder for 2 wheels.
Yep.
Our trucks on site, our light trucks, aren't allowed to go anywhere unless they've got 2 steer wheels with them.
Okay.
Because they've got 6 wheels, you know. Like 90% of the time, if one goes, the one next to it goes on the dually. No worries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go and hire business back.